Is the world about to witness something more advanced than the exceptional sixth-generation aircraft? Right after the sixth-generation aircraft made headlines and sparked excitement with its advanced features and potential to change military strategies, rumors about the arrival of an even more advanced seventh-generation jet began to emerge. These news have captured the imagination of aviation experts and nations alike. But are these next-generation fighters real? And what groundbreaking capabilities could they bring to the skies? Join us as we explore the capabilities of the first seventh-generation fighter jet that has been finally unveiled. Is the future already here, or is it just around the corner? While the sixth-generation aircraft program is still a work in progress, BAE Systems is already looking ahead to what comes next in air combat. But what's even more fascinating? They're talking about the mysterious seventh-generation combat aircraft, a plane so advanced that by the time it arrives, even the term generation might be obsolete. At a media roundtable that took place last year, Mike Balkwell, the company's Combat Air Strategy Director, hinted that aircraft will no longer fit into neatly defined categories. Instead, they will evolve constantly, transforming through software updates and new technologies. He further revealed that future aircraft will have flexible designs that can be easily updated and changed. This means that instead of being limited to specific generations, aircrafts will be defined by how well they can adapt to new technologies. Another BAE executive, Johnny Morton, added that future aircraft will depend a lot on software and data to handle new threats effectively. This approach allows for continuous improvement and quick responses to challenges. BAE Systems and its partners are working on sixth-generation air combat technology under the UK's Future Combat Air System program, collaborating with Italy and Japan as part of the Global Combat Air Program. They plan to introduce this advanced technology by 2035. During the event, BAE revealed its long-term vision for air power, covering the next 25 years. This includes the use of fifth and sixth-generation aircraft working alongside drones, which will extend the lifespan of older jets like the Eurofighter Typhoon. These drones would act as loyal wingmen, supporting manned jets and allowing air forces to be more flexible and effective in combat. As BAE looks ahead to 2046, envisioning fully operational sixth-generation fighters and possibly even seventh-generation aircraft, the balance between advanced technology and maintaining a strong defense remains a central challenge. But BAE isn't alone in this race toward the future. Across the globe, programs like the U.S. Next Generation Air Dominance, or NGAD initiative, are pushing the boundaries of air combat innovation, with the goal of replacing the iconic F-22 Raptor by the 2030s. NGAD is working on a new fighter jet that promises to redefine air superiority for years to come. At least one of the prototypes, out of 3 or more, flew in 2020. Now the program is moving into the engineering and development stage, with a mind-blowing amount of $16 billion planned for research, testing, and development over the next 5 years. The program will be highly profitable. The winner-takes-all approach is used to make sure the Pentagon owns the design's intellectual property from the start, avoiding problems like those with the F-35 and allowing for easier upgrades and fixes. Since 2015, the U.S. Congress has given more than $4.2 billion to the NGAD program to help replace or upgrade the F-22 jets by 2030. While there hasn't been much recent news about NGAD or the Navy's similar F/AXX program, there's still a lot to learn about NGAD's progress. The main goal of NGAD is to build advanced technologies that give the United States full control of the skies in battle, keeping enemy planes and missiles from posing a serious threat. It is not just a replacement for a fifth-generation airfighter. The NGAD is about much more. It's pushing the limits to ensure the U.S. stays ahead with powerful new air dominance technologies. Air superiority, as the Department of Defense defines it, means having such complete control of the skies that missions can be executed without any serious threats from enemy forces. This is what the sixth-generation aircraft is being designed to achieve. But aside from dominating the skies and being equipped with the latest technologies, this aircraft is unique. The NGAD program might go far beyond just one new aircraft. It could introduce a whole network of advanced systems, including manned and unmanned vehicles, cyber warfare tools, and electronic weapons. These designs could be radically different from traditional jets, shaping the future of air combat in ways we've never seen before. Right now, there's no indication that the Air Force is working on a classic dogfighting fighter jet. But in June 2022, they announced that NGAD's cutting-edge technologies had reached a new milestone, allowing the program to shift into its next phase: engineering, manufacturing, and design. As part of NGAD, the Air Force is developing 4 key technologies, one of which is the propulsion system. Through the Advanced Engine Technology Program, they're aiming for engines that generate more power while staying cool, setting the stage for faster, stronger, and more efficient aircraft. What really sets NGAD apart is its focus on uncrewed systems. In 2022, Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall confirmed that drones are being developed to support the program. Though details remain classified, experts believe these drones could play key roles in intelligence gathering, electronic warfare, or carrying additional weapons into battle. The NGAD program is also pushing the limits with new composite materials and advanced designs. According to the 2022 budget, the Air Force is aiming for cost-effective manufacturing, especially for uncrewed vehicles. The next-gen fighter could feature advanced radar, infrared sensors, and enhanced cameras, bringing a futuristic edge to air combat. In June 2022, NGAD set its sights high with a staggering $1.6 billion budget request for 2023, laying the groundwork for a massive $11.7 billion spend between 2024 and 2027. The NGAD jet will work with collaborative combat aircraft drones, which will have their own contract. Also, teaming between manned and unmanned systems will be key to the NGAD's success. The USAF plans to buy at least 200 NGAD jets, maybe 250 and 1,000 CCAs. Although the exact price of each jet is not known, it is expected to cost hundreds of millions of dollars, but will be cheaper to operate than the F-22. What's even more jaw-dropping is Secretary Kendall's revelation. Each aircraft will come with a price tag in the hundreds of millions. With that level of investment, these next-generation fighters are poised to be some of the most advanced and expensive machines ever to take to the skies. So which aviation giant is taking charge of crafting this futuristic fighter? The answer isn't clear yet. While multiple companies are in the race, the Air Force is keeping things under wraps. In May, it quietly called for contract bids and plans to reveal the chosen players in 2024. Lockheed Martin and Boeing are top contenders since Northrop Grumman decided not to bid. But Textron and General Atomics are also in the mix. There are also speculations that Northrop may still bid on the Navy's 6th-generation F/A-XX program. What makes this 6th-generation fighter stand out isn't just the technology, it's also changing the Air Force's entire approach to buying and building aircraft. Instead of handing everything to one company, they're splitting contracts for design, production, and maintenance, opening the door for more competition. Even companies that aren't big names in military aviation could get involved. This shift may be a direct response to the lessons learned from the F-35 program, the most expensive weapons system in DoD history, with a mind-blowing $1.7 trillion price tag. Though over 900 F-35s have been delivered, the program has been plagued with delays, rising costs, and tech hiccups, like issues with its cooling system. The NGAD project aims to avoid those missteps while pushing the future of air combat forward. For the next few years, NGAD will likely stay focused on research, with production aircraft or systems expected around 2030. Even once the design is ready, it could take years to build the factories needed due to the complexity of manufacturing. Budget issues or pressure from Congress could also slow things down. Meanwhile, the Navy is working on a similar program called F/A-XX, requesting $9 billion for a new fighter jet that is aimed at replacing the F/A-18 EOF Super Hornets. While the program shares similarities with the U.S. Air Force's NGAD, the Navy's version will be designed for carrier-based operations and might feature a 2-seater model. The F/A-XX isn't a brand new plane, but an upgraded version with advanced stealth features like hidden engine fans and internal weapons bays, making it harder to detect by radar. It's designed to carry a range of weapons, including hypersonic missiles, all while keeping a low profile. This airfighter will integrate sophisticated AI for data management, flight control, and coordination with drones, effectively making it a combat hub. It will feature a custom helmet for pilots instead of a traditional heads-up display. Improving situational awareness. The jet is expected to have superior maneuverability and utilize an adaptive cycle engine capable of switching between high thrust and fuel efficiency, built with rugged landing gear for carrier operations. The F/AXX is set to include thrust vectoring and canards for improved performance and maneuverability. It might even offer an optional unmanned capability, allowing it to withstand higher G-forces and take on the role of a drone commander. The XX in its name signifies that it's still a work in progress, while the FA highlights its focus on attack missions, connecting it to the legacy of the FA-18 Hornet and Super Hornet. This advanced fighter aims for an open architecture design, meaning it can easily swap out various sensors, payloads, and weapons to meet different mission requirements on any given day. Its success will likely hinge on new propulsion systems being developed in the aircraft industry. While the Navy is teaming up with the U.S. Air Force to create a next-generation tactical fighter capable of supercruising, flying at supersonic speeds without afterburners, there's a major debate about whether the Air Force's adaptive cycle jet engine technology, which optimizes airflow for better efficiency, can be successfully scaled for a carrier-based fighter. In February, Chief of Naval Operations Jonathan Greener laid emphasis on a shift in focus for the new aircraft, moving away from the speed and stealth of older jets due to advancements in detection and anti-aircraft technology. Instead, this next-generation fighter will blend stealth, advanced technology, agility, and speed with a range of advanced weapons to breach enemy defenses and ensure both survivability and dominance. One strategy could involve a cost-effective F/AXX equipped with high-performance, expensive weapons to tackle emerging threats. According to the Navy's Naval Integrated Fire Control Counter-Air concept, the aircraft won't need all its sensors on board. It will leverage data from external sources for targeting and weapon guidance. This design aims to carry missiles, incorporate directed energy weapon systems, utilize sensors for pinpointing small radar targets, and include tactical cyber warfare capabilities, all as part of a comprehensive approach to modern combat. As the U.S. refines its approach to aerial warfare, other nations are making strides of their own. For instance, China is also developing a sixth-generation fighter, although details remain scarce. Images released in Chinese media suggest a design that closely resembles U.S. concepts, raising questions about originality. Some reports indicate that China's fighter may be unveiled just a month after the U.S. reveals its next-generation air dominance program. China is also upgrading its J-20 fighter to meet sixth-generation standards, potentially serving as the foundation for new aircraft. While the design closely resembles the J-20, it appears less refined. Notably, they are replacing the J-20's Russian AL-31F engines with their own WS-15 engines, suggesting that future jets will likely utilize Chinese-made engines. In contrast, Russia is solely focused on its sixth-generation project, the MiG-41, designed as an interceptor to succeed the MiG-31. This aircraft initially aims to begin test flights in 2025 and be operational by 2028, boasting impressive speeds up to Mach 4 and capabilities to counter satellites and hypersonic missiles. However, the ongoing war in Ukraine has hindered its development, pushing the timeline to a likely completion between 2030 and 2035, aligning it with other nations' sixth-generation fighters. Also, the Global Combat Air Program, also known as GCAP, a partnership between Italy, the United Kingdom, and Japan, has also made significant strides. This partnership is aimed at creating a sixth-generation stealth fighter. This new jet will replace the Eurofighter Typhoon, used by the Royal and Italian Air Forces, and Japan's Mitsubishi F-2. At the 2024 Farnborough International Air Show, the group revealed its new sixth-generation fighter design. What advanced features will this aircraft have, and when can we expect it to enter service? Let's explore. At first, these countries worked on separate fighters. The UK planned the Tempest fighter and revealed a model in 2018. In 2019, the UK and Sweden agreed to work together, with Italy joining later. However, Sweden left the project. Japan was also working on its own next-generation jet around the same time. Since their goals were similar, Japan, the UK, and Italy decided to combine their efforts in 2022, forming the GCAP. They made it official with a treaty in 2023. In 2022, the UK and Japan agreed to work together on a new fighter engine and explore future air combat technology, setting the stage for the GCAP. Each country has its own role in the project. At the Farnborough Air Show on July 22, the three nations revealed a new concept model for their next-gen fighter. Britain's BAE Systems, Italy's Leonardo, and Japan's Mitsubishi Heavy Industries teamed up to create this advanced design. The aircraft has a wider crank delta wingspan, which improves aerodynamics, allowing it to fly farther, faster, and carry more weapons and fuel. However, this new design reduces maneuverability compared to earlier concepts like the 2018 Tempest and Japan's original fighter idea. British aviation journalist Gareth Jennings compared the new model's larger wingspan to the retired American F-111 Aardvark bomber. However, while the F-111 flew at very low altitudes to avoid defenses, the GCAP will rely on stealth and long-range missiles. This makes it more like the FB-22, a proposed long-range version of the F-22 Raptor, which also had a wide delta wing. Unlike the FB-22, the GCAP will be built for both air-to-air and ground attack missions. While the FB-22 was meant to support F-22s in air-to-air combat, the GCAP will be good at both roles. The updated design shows the team is likely trading some agility for more range and payload, which they see as increasingly important for ground attack, anti-ship missions, and even air-to-air combat. This aircraft will mix key features of fifth-generation fighters with new elements expected for sixth-generation jets. These include advanced data links that let it connect sensors and weapons with allied forces, helmets that give pilots a virtual see-through view of the cockpit while also monitoring their mental state to help if they're overwhelmed or unconscious, and built-in AI to assist with tasks. It will also have adaptive engines that can switch during flight for better performance or fuel efficiency, better engine cooling, and electric generators producing 10 times more power for sensors and future energy weapons. The GCAP fighter is also expected to work alongside unmanned aircraft, similar to the U.S. Air Force's collaborative combat aircraft. Leonardo says it will be one of the most advanced, adaptable, and connected jets in the world, featuring smart weapon systems, a software-based cockpit, integrated sensors, and a next-gen radar that delivers 10,000 times more data than current systems. While the GCAP partners already use stealthy F-35B jets, they aim to create their own next-gen stealth jet that can fly farther and carry more weapons inside than the F-35. Importantly, this new jet will be free from U.S. export restrictions, making it easier to integrate their own missile systems like the MBDA Meteor, Spear-3, and Japan's ASM-3 and JANM missiles. The GCAP fighter jet is planned to enter service by 2035, with development starting next year. A flying prototype is already in production and is set to take off in 2027. This demo jet will feature an internal weapons bay, a Martin Baker ejection seat, and EJ-200 engines from the Typhoon fighter, though with stealthy S-shaped inlets instead of GCAP's future engines. Additionally, a Boeing 757-200 called Excalibur will be converted into a test plane for GCAP systems. It will start testing in 2026, focusing on radar, sensors, communications, and defense systems. According to Herman Clown, managing director of the program at BAE Systems, all industry partners in the UK, Italy, and Japan are moving forward with the design based on shared requirements. Clown also mentioned that the U.S. Air Force's reconsideration of its NGAD program hasn't impacted GCAP's planning. Clown stated that he had all the funding needed for the program at that moment, which aligned with the views of both Italy and Japan. He noted that the total budget was not yet publicly available, but it was known that the previous UK Conservative government had committed to spending €2 billion on GCAP by 2025 and an additional €12 billion overall. However, it remained uncertain whether the Labour Party would maintain this level of funding. He further revealed that while previous multinational fighter programs had suffered from differing national requirements, the partners had agreed on a single design document for GCAP. The UK and Italy aimed for GCAP to eventually replace their Typhoon fighters, while Japan needed it more urgently to replace its F-2 jets, which were experiencing severe wing cracking problems. Clown emphasized that future exports of the aircraft were a key priority. He added that Saudi Arabia, which had been denied F-35 sales, had expressed interest in joining GSAP, but had not yet been invited due to objections from Japan. He also noted that Sweden had been in talks to join the program, but had withdrawn, indicating it would reconsider in 2031. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link appearing on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.